Hello guys, welcome to the Film Ending channel, and today you are going to watch the sci-fi horror thriller movie released in 2023 No One Will Save You's explained, whose writer-director is Brian Duffield, who has written Underwater, The Babysitter, and Skull Island. Before this it was marketed by saying that there is not a single dialogue in it, although there is a dialogue in it, but only one line in 1.5 hours, and the movie is also very impressive. You can watch it on Disney Plus. So without further ado, let's start the story. This is the story of Brian, who lives alone in his house, and his house is right outside the town. He has been left alone because his mom has passed away, but to keep his hobby alive he has made a small model of his town, which he also updates gradually, and to make a living. He sews dresses. One day when she was going to parcel the dress, she found a strange circle outside the house which she started erasing with water, but she didn't. Then she sat in her car and left for the town. On the way, a boy's house falls which she likes, but he doesn't like it, and the same is the case of the whole town. No one is happy to see him in the town, and neither is he happy to stay in the town, but whenever she goes to the town she does go to her mother's house. Once this time there were many other people present there whom she tried to say hi to, but everyone ignored her. Then when she was going back, she saw her childhood best friend Maud's parents, who she hid. After seeing so far, we have found out that the whole town is against her. That is, in a way, she is a boycott in the town. That's why she is living a lonely life. Living alone is not her choice but a compulsion, and she can clearly see it on her face. Then she was writing a letter for Maud when a van came to her house in which a mailman came, that is, a robber. He had brought a box in which there was a small school which was included in his small town, and now for the first time we could see a genuine smile on his face while laughing like this. He completed the letter to Maud and wrote that I miss you. I don't think I will ever be able to forgive myself. She has photos of Maud, but only the childhood one in which they are together anyway. She was sleeping peacefully at night. Then suddenly all the lights in her house were on by themselves, but still she did not wake up. Then all the lights were off by themselves, but there was a sound from outside, because of which Bryn woke up. That was the sound of dust falling on her. Bryn was going out to fix her, but when the light was on, no light was on. Then she saw that the door of the house was also open and a strange creature was roaming inside the house. Bryn saw that it was an alien, and in return she also saw Bryn. Now he was coming upstairs while running, so Bryn went to her room and hid behind the bed while roaming inside the room. He climbed on the bed, so Bryn went down the bed. Then she saw the feet of the alien from whom he walked out of the window, so Bryn quickly closed the window. The alien was walking on the house, so Bryn quickly went down and locked the door. Then again all the lights were on, and not only the lights but all the electronic devices were working on their own. Bryn wanted to call the police, but the phone was also in the same condition as the fridge. The alien was controlling all these things which had come inside the house by trapping Bryn in a corner. He came very close to her, so Bryn pushed him and started running upstairs, but then the door of the house burst and hit Bryn's head directly. The alien was controlling things without touching. Bryn was going to her model town while roaming, so the alien turned the table and destroyed the whole town. After this, he was pulling Bryn, but he got a piece of the same model, the broken bell tower of the school. The alien pulled him and made him stand in front of him, but in this process, the bell tower got stuck in the head of the alien, and then the alien was lying there. Bryn killed the alien unknowingly and spent the whole night sitting in front of his dead body. In the morning, he covered the dead body of the alien with a sheet and then started calling the police again, but the phone was dead just like the alien. Along with the phone, all the other devices were also dead, so he quickly sat in his car and started going from there, but the car was also dead. What to do now? Then he noticed the blood on his forehead, so first of all he took a bath and cleaned all the blood, then got ready and went out, but before going, he covered the entrance of the house with a sofa which was of no use, but okay. Then he took a cycle and went towards the town, but on the way, he met the same mailman's overturned van, and Bryn's crush's house was also very crushed. There were also circles there as it was outside his house. That means there was an alien attack here too. Now he reached the police station quickly, but as soon as he went inside, he met the Maud's parents, and before she could say anything the Maud's mother spat on his face. You can guess the hit from here. She was going humiliated, and she had found out that she was not going to get any help from the town. All her hopes were broken, because of which she started getting panic attacks, but there was no one to take care of her, so she took care of herself. Then a bus came and stopped in front of her. So Bryn thought that it would be better to leave this town now. She left in the bus and we saw that there were circles in the whole town. That means where the attack has not happened yet it will be soon there too, because all the houses are marked. She was worried about herself. That's when the mailman came to her. He caught Bryn because an alien was controlling her. There was something in her throat. Bryn pushed her, but there were more people in the bus stopping her. The aliens will not let her go out of the town while escaping from them. Bryn ran away from the bus and went straight to the church, but it was closed. There was a graveyard there, so she went to the grave of the mod. Her best friend died at the age of 12, and maybe she died because of her mistake. The whole town hates her, especially her parents, and she also writes her a letter and apologizes. So one side is open here, mod is dead, but the other is still left. That how did the mod die? Then black clouds overshadowed the town, and there was a UFO in those clouds. Bryn was running to her house and found her crush's house on the way outside of which many people were standing with their hands up, in which her crush was also included. There was something in their throat which was controlling them. Bryn reached her house and the alien's dead body was still there, but something came out of her mouth and it went straight out. It must be the same thing which we saw in the throat of others. Black clouds were surrounding, and Bryn knew that in a while there will be another attack, so instead of being afraid she started preparing. She picked up a lighter and a cutter, then put a lot of water to boil, locked all the windows and doors, but the banana that was in the sheet started falling by itself because the aliens had come. First of all she pulled her friend's body and saw this. Bryn went down to the basement, but another alien had come to the house. When he reached down, Bryn wanted to welcome him with a scissor, but he didn't give any chance. Instead she pulled the scissor. Bryn had a mod and his photo in her hand, so the alien pulled it too and then got busy looking at it. So Bryn quickly reached up and found a small umbrella. It was a small alien, but his hands were long. It's not called law. Bryn cut his hand and threw all the boiling water on him, but he didn't get burnt. Bryn went to the bathroom and got locked, but he was very angry. In a moment he tore the door, so Bryn started coming out through the window, but the hands of the law were long. She pulled Bryn back inside. Then there was some cleaning with the broom while the alien broke the broom. Bryn hung the broken stick on the cupboard and hit the door on his head. Then he calmed down. Bryn came out quickly and there was another alien waiting for her whose hands were long and his legs were long too. She escaped from him and the mailman caught her from behind. The alien used sign language and called the UFO and gave some signal. A light came out from inside the UFO, but Bryn pushed the mailman inside and he started pulling him up, but when he realized it was a wrong hunt he threw him down. Now the alien was after Bryn and he was running fast. Bryn wanted to go inside the house, so he climbed on top of the house, although the design of the house was a bit unsuccessful, because of which Bryn reached her car and he came inside too, but now he was stuck in the car, so Bryn used her lighter to burn the car, and as soon as the blast happened the alien was also finished. Then she started suspecting the light, so Bryn went back to the house where an alien was already present, the same one from the basement, but instead of killing Bryn he was busy studying her. He went to Bryn's room and he was lost in her photos again. Bryn wanted to disturb him, but he pushed her away from far. Then a red light came which froze Bryn, but it had no effect on the alien. He got up in the air and came in front of Bryn. Then he took out the parasite from his mouth which will control Bryn. As soon as he went inside Bryn woke up. It was a bad dream you might think, but it is not actually. The parasite has taken over her body and he has imprisoned her in some corner of his mind so that she can live in her dream world with her model town, and her friend Maud was in front of her, and then who knows, she might meet her at some point. So Bryn apologized to her, and this is the only dialogue of this film. Actually Bryn knew that this is all fake, so she put her hand inside her mouth and pulled the parasite out. Then a UFO came and it put an orange light on the parasite which gave a new body to the parasite, and that was Bryn's body. UFO was not just one but many UFOs were roaming around the town and all were doing different things. Now we know the meaning of the lights coming out of them. Blue light is to pull, red light is to freeze, and orange light is to give a new body. Bryn was facing alien Bryn, who stabbed her in the stomach, but Bryn also had a cutter which she put inside the alien Bryn's throat, and somehow her game was over, but this time Bryn was also trapped. UFO finally pulled her inside. There were many aliens who were touching her forehead and were knowing her memories so that we could know how did Maud die, so they had a fight in which Maud pushed her, so in return she hit a stone on her head and she died on the spot. She did this without thinking, but after that day she started thinking about Maud. Only 10 years have passed, but she is still stuck there. So today, for the first time she stopped little Bryn from writing a letter so that she could move on after studying her memories and thoughts. All aliens talked to each other, which resulted in sending Bryn back, so without fitting the parasite she was sent back, forgetting her past, and now she was feeling good. After some time we see that Bryn's life has changed a lot. Now she is happy, and the whole town is talking to her, and even her crush is impressed by her. At night she was dancing with him, and there was another girl with him. Bryn's life was as she wanted, but UFOs were still hovering above her. With this movie got over movie